Howardar, good afternoon, subbers, likers, and those who aren't quite sure. Anyway, the date is the 27th of May 2023. It's the late May bank holiday weekend on a Saturday. Time is about 2:30 in the PM. We're off. I'm not going to say too much at the moment because I'm not quite sure whether we're going to get to where we want to be because of it being a bank holiday, and I'm not sure whether it's going to be too busy, but we are off to sort of Aberystwyth, Cwmystwyth way. As I said, the plans might change, and we'll let you know when we get there. Nothing more to say really than that, but I mean, it is roasting, so I'm hoping people are at the beach. It's a sunny day and it is a massive 25 degrees centigrade. So anyway, that's me for now. I'm going to shut up and I'll let you know when and where we are a bit later. Welcome back to the channel, guys. So yep, we've made it to Devil's Bridge. So it wasn't too bad journey up the way. It is roasting, it is baking hot, not too busy here, plenty of room to park. So yeah, happy that we are at our first destination. Here we are then to the entrance of Devil's Bridge, and it's not for the faint-hearted. It is very steep and uneven at times. So what we've come to see are these three bridges. So there's three bridges on top of one another, as you can see. There we go. I'll try and get some information on that, and I can see them from here. You've got the original two bridges, and then you've got the road bridge that's in use now. So I thought it was a lot further away from the road than this, but it's not. So there you go. Let's put that down. Let's put that down there. There you go. You've got the three bridges. You've got the one down the bottom there, the next one up, which would have been the second road bridge, and then of course you've got the one that runs over the top there, which is the current road bridge, the modern day steelwork under it. So we will read up on the information board, so we can give you some information on these bridges. So while I give you a shot of the bridge there, I'll read what it says here. It says who built the first bridge, which is that one down there, and it says here that it was either built by the devil or the monks. So it says legend would have it and make us believe that the devil built the first bridge, and the story says that he was bribing an old lady who needed to get away to get her cow back after it somehow wandered to the other side of the gorge. He offered to build a bridge in exchange for the first living soul to cross it, expecting it to be her. And then it goes on to say, more realistically, it was clever monks at the Strata Florida Abbey, which is not far from here, that actually built the first bridge in the 11th century. So you can imagine that being built, that first little bridge down there being built in the 11th century and being channeled out of that strata rock down there. So then you come away from the bridges down there and you double back on yourself, and we're now going to go into the gorge itself. It can be uneven, there are a lot of steps, so we're certainly getting our steps in today. And there's a quick pan round of where we are. Say that today it is lush. It's not too busy, which is great. I did, as I said earlier when I set off, I didn't think we possibly wouldn't get here because I thought it might be just that little bit too busy. And it's my first time. I've passed through Devil's Bridge so many times and not ever got here, and I decided this weekend was the weekend Nova and I were going to get here. There is a steam railway here as well, that you can go from Devil's Bridge down to Aberystwyth itself. The Ceredigon Railway, which is a steam driven engine. So anyway, I'm going to stop there for now and come back a little bit later, and you'll get in stuff like this. What a place to be. If you ever come to this part of Wales, mid Wales, Aberystwyth, come to Devil's Bridge, you won't be disappointed. Wow, look at that. That gives you an idea of how big the gorge is. So it goes through there, and then it banks right, goes through there and out towards Aberystwyth. But what a view. There are you do get a map, and there are 8 or 9 points where you can take some photos, and this is one of them. And we will try and get a photo at every opportunity. So we now start our descent down into the gorge itself. I'm not sure how many steps the lady said that were here, but there are over 100. I think she said 173 in this bit. So it is quite steep, and you've just got to be mindful of where your feet are. I can hear running water, which means I know there's a waterfall here, and it sounds like there is a bit of water in it as well, which makes things even better. So they are actively promoting pine martins to come back here in this region of West Wales or Mid Wales. I'm sure you can hear the water, but you can't quite see it. But there are, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I can see. 5 waterfalls down that ravine down there, and can't quite make it out on the iPhone. Hopefully we can get closer to them and get a better shot for you. So we've come down a little bit now, and I'm sure in the winter that waterfall is epic, but it is flowing today, which is good, and hopefully we can get a little bit closer to it. We'll get you a better photo. It might be on portrait, so do excuse the orientation, but I want to try and get the best shot I can for you. So we're going to head off down here now, and you can see the terrain we've got. Anyway, let's get on with it. Let's get down to the bottom. As you can see, we are making our way all the way down to those people down there. There's quite a few steps to go down. You've got to hold on to the handrails, so that's what we're going to do. And a quick pan over to the waterfalls over there. I have noticed there's a bench in the tree line over there, but I'm not sure if we get to that. So anyway, let's carry on down the steps. Into the basement we are now, and this looks like number 9, which is the last photo opportunity. It's not a very big walk. So there we are, that goes out into the Estrith. And then we've got this bridge to go up and over. And as you know, I don't like bridges. There we are, we do that. So this is the bridge now that we have to go over. And just a pan round, looking down into the basement, off through there. It's almost like a tropical rainforest when you're down this low. So we're gonna video going across the bridge for you now, and give you a view either side. Oh my god, I hate bridges. Ugh. Doesn't matter what they're over, what they're under, whatever. So there you go, into the gorge below. This is the basement, I call it, and then it goes off down there. Epic view, guys. You really got to come here. And then quick pan up to the top. And we've got to go back up these steps now. So they say what goes down must come up. So we've come down that side. We're now going up that side. And just a quick video of the waterfall. Going down there into the basement, and it goes off around the corner. So anyway, we're going to now climb up those steps, and we'll meet you either at the top or somewhere in between. We are at a location now called Robbers Cave, and it is said that robbers used to hide here, 3 of them, and believe it or not, they were children, and they were actually called Plant de Bat, or Bat's children, after their father. And they'd hide in there, they'd rob the wealthy people, and then they'd come and hide in their little hideout till the coast was clear, and then they'd scarper away with their loot. So nobody could find their hideout originally. They knew it was in the woods somewhere, but not quite where, but fair play to the kids, that's where it was. So look what we've just found. Nice little waterfall and a pool on that. So this is just a step up from the Robbers Cave that we've just been to. Would be so nice to get into that today, but nah, I'm not into skinny dipping, and you're not allowed to either. So it's a big no-no, but it does look inviting. Wow, wow, and wow. There we are. I was hoping we'd get a bit closer to that, and true to words, we have. Look at that. If you can imagine that in winter, full flow, what an epic sight that would be. Hope you're enjoying this one. I'm enjoying doing it. I've got here, as I said earlier, and yeah, let's continue. We are now near the very top. I did say earlier I thought there was 9 photo opportunities. In fact, that's 12. As you can see, the water cascading down there. We'll take some photos as well. So as you can see, that's the bridges over there. We have now reached the top. We come out by the pub and then walk back up to the car park. So that walk there, about an hour all told, depending on how many times you stop. Cost us £4.50 to get in. There is another walk the other side. I think that's £2. I'll see, we might go that way now. But yeah, £4.50 for this one. And you don't pay for any parking either. So that does include the parking, which isn't too bad. So that's the end of the 3-bridge walk. We're at the top now, and time to get back to Nova. So there we are. When you get to the top, you get some information on the bridges. So it says the bottom one, which was apparently built by the devil, but they think by monks from Strata, Florida, 11th century. The next one, the 18th century, 1753. And the next one, the 20th century, in 1901, which is this one, which is the current road bridge. So yeah, have a look at that. That makes some interesting reading. Hoping to stay up in Aberystwyth tonight. Hafod we are going to tomorrow, and when you come out of that walk, you come to this stunning building. It's the Hafod Hotel, which no doubt has some history to it. And then I've just noticed there's an AA call box there, Devil's Bridge, box number 289. It's just quite funny the way it's finished off in black and at Devil's Bridge, there we are, and it's finished off in black and yellow. So we are going to walk across the road bridge now, so you have to be careful. It is quite narrow here. It is a speed limit of 20 miles an hour, and I'm just going to take you to the, there we are, that's the bridge that you come over to go to the car park the other side. I might ask, as I said earlier, about the walk to the other side, which I think is £2. And just a pan back, looking at that marvellous Hafod Hotel building. Sure that will be listed 20 mile an hour. Not sure if that's 20 mile an hour, Mr. T5. Anyway, there you go. This is a bridge for which you walk over. And we'll give you a view either side of this. Try not to get run over, not today anyway. So there's the view down the valley. And then we'll just walk over the other side. And there is a walk down there and some more waterfalls. So the time now is 20 past 5 and the lady in the kiosk is gone. But you can pay to go down to the waterfalls after the kiosk is closed. So on the one side we've just been down, you can't really see the bridges, but if you go across the road to the Punch Bowl and Three Bridges, and it's coin operated and card operated as well. So if you put your £2 in, because that's how much this one is, you put your £2 in and then you can just go through the turnstile. So let's do that now. So there we are, and we're down into the second walk of the day. Let's see what we can see from this side. So I have come a bit lower down now. So that first bit that I videoed I won't include, where I did say to come here when the sun is behind you, but it probably is a bit better than where the sun is in front of you. But you can now see all three bridges in their glory. Not many places you get where you've got three bridges on top of one another. We're going to carry on now down the steps to what they call the Punch Bowl. We are now into the Punch Bowl, the bottom, and you can see the water coming from here. As you can hear, the water is rushing through here, and you can see the power of water where it's taken the rock out of there. And similarly, it's done the same there, and there's another little 1, 2 there. So it goes through the ravine through there, and as you can see, as we take you up, you can now see the bridges, exactly how high they are over the gorge. Glad we did this walk in the end, because we wouldn't have seen those three bridges. And if you come down a little bit, you'll be able to get a better photo if the light isn't with you. I'm only using an iPhone and Samsung anyway. So anyway, that's this part of it done. Let's go and find somewhere to park up for the evening, and I'm not quite sure just yet where that's going to be. Then that is Devil's Bridge done. So Devil's Bridge in Welsh is Pont y Fynach. That's what it is translated as. Pont being bridge, and I suppose y Fynach the devil. So that's it in Welsh. And up the top here there is a little picnic area, which is really clean and tidy, I must say. And there's a cart door ice cream shop. And we're now just going to go out through the exit, and that is it. We are Wedi Benny at Pontevernach, Devil's Bridge. We are finished. On to our stopover for the evening. Just want to give you a brief 360 pan round of where we are stopping tonight. So we've gone past the Elan Valley Visitor Centre turning, and should mean that this road will be a little bit quieter, but I think there'll be scramblers about. There's been a few about today already, and anyway, that's the view we have. So looking over towards like Aberystwyth over that way. I won't pop on top of that hill just now because we are cooking. And yeah, hello, how are you? The only time I'm happy with my body is when it's in a shadow. Anyway, we'll have those sheep for company. No comments, please. And then as we pan back round to Nova, that's where she is. And parked in a nice spot. There we go. And then I'll just go down to the other side. Sorry, my shadow's in it, but there's not a lot I can do about that. We are cooking on the Ridge Monkey. We got our usual suspects tonight of beef burgers from the local butcher. So there is Nova. And sun's going down over there and back round to where we are. Yep, that's a little bit of the view. I'd just like to say those two guys in the van, they've obviously got scramble bikes. I think you could just about make them out down there. Look, there they are. Sorry about the number plate being in, guys, but yeah, just a word of thanks to them. They know I'm here, and instead of starting their engines by the van, they've wheeled their scrambler bikes down to that point there without any engine on. So whoever they are, tidy lads, thank you very much. They still think I'm asleep and they know I'm here. So I just want to give you a little bit of where the view that we have. There's outside the side window of Nova and a little back window on the side, and that's the view we currently have outside Nova's back window in the boot, and then the view we have outside the other side window. So the good thing with Nova is that I can now open Nova's boot from the inside, which you can't normally. So I've put these two switches in. They're not ejector switches or boost switches or whatever. They are switches so I can get out of Nova in an emergency if I had to. But the good thing with Nova is this window around here. Sorry, that wasn't an accurate shape, but that window there opens on its own. So if I press what I've labelled the window button, I can do this. I can open that up like that. And there we are, guys. That is my view for a Sunday morning here in mid-Wales. So I'm in between sort of Cwm Ystwyth and Rhaeadr. And a bit more view out there. We were joined by a van last night. As I said, they are scramblers. They've gone off now. Haven't seen them for a while. I've been trying to get up and have some breakfast for the last hour, but I haven't managed it. But I'm awake now. I need a wee. Too much information for you lot. change of plan today. We aren't going to Havod today. We'll save that for another adventure. I've spent way too long here, but with the views and everything, yeah, I can't be blamed. So I've just come to the top of the hill. Nova is beyond that ridge down there somewhere. So I'm just going to do a 360 of the views up here. And the views are spectacular. It's a cloudy-ish day today, so you don't get that heat haze when you're doing something like this, as you would if it's bright sunshine. So it gives you a better view today. It is a bit windy, but not cold. So then we head now towards in the valley down that way. That's towards Rhyadr and beyond. And then panning back towards where we've parked Nova. So sort of in that tree line area and that direction, you've got, although this is classed as, I think, Elan Valley, you've got all the reservoirs and the dams up that way. So when we come on the way back now, you'll see the turning on the left-hand side, and it says Elan Valley Visitor Centre. And if you want to go to the dams, that's the direction that you want to travel. So whether you're coming from like Aberystwyth or coming from Rhyadr, it's either on the left or the right, and it's quite well signposted. As I said earlier, if you've got a chance to come this way, whether you're in a transporter or like me, a Bilingo, whether you've got a car, mountain bike, motorbike, scrambler, whatever form of transport you've got, it's a road worth traveling. More in the daytime, because you get to see what's about and see how hairy it is in places. But word of warning, do take it easy. Don't come down here and expect it to be like a racetrack, because more likely you'll end up where you don't want to be. So anyway, that's my safety briefing over. I feel a bit like a aircraft steward, you know, the emergency exits are to the left, to the right, blah blah blah. But no, I'm not. I'm just me. I'm just Nick. So hopefully you've enjoyed this one. If you'd like to do all the usual things, hit that notification bell, like, subscribe, share, blah 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 blah. It won't cost you a penny. I'm not asking for a Patreon account where you can sponsor me. Not interested. Okay, I'm not here to make money. I'm here to bring you along on my adventures and just to show you, you know, what we can do, even if we've got a micro camper. So just before we go, you know my motto: if we leave a mess, we'll spoil it for the rest. So there we were parked up there, and nothing to say that we were here. That wood was there when I got here last night, so nothing to do with me. But yeah, that's where we are. Nova's parked there, ready to go home, and that's a wrap for this one.